thing comes through to tell me that I'm running a stream. There it is. Good, excellent. I am live. Let's turn that off. Right, hello, yes, and good morning. It is still Sunday morning where I am, that's good. And today I thought it would be useful to look at, well, the One Encoder CODEJAM 2019 submissions. The deadline is in a few hours to get the ratings in, and I'm pleased to say most of the games have at least one rating, so that's a good thing. And I'm in big mode at the moment. Yes. Presumably adopting somebody's monitors at home. Hey, Trollwoods. Right, so let me just put this onto the normal screen that I would... There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Less Javid, more games. That's what we need. So I'm hoping to get through some. I'm not going to go through all of them because the jam was very well subscribed. We had 65 entries, and certainly I'm not going to go through all of those today. But I've picked more or less at random from certainly the people on the Discord server, trying to get all of their submissions. So if I've missed a few of those, I do apologise. And if I do miss any... So you feel your attention span. So being distracted, talking about attention spans, my attention span's just disappearing. So the plan is I'll try and get through as many as I can. If I've missed some that are obvious that I should show, then we'll shout out and we'll have a look. And I'll say this now, if you've named your jam entry something like I'm going to infect your machine and destroy your file system, I'm just not even going to try it. So lesson learned there. But to start with, I'm going to do the easy ones, and that might be something that we should bear in mind for future jam submissions, because there's been quite a few which are playable in the browser, so that makes them immediately accessible. And it makes me think about next jam. We managed to get the Pixel Game Engine up and running in Imscripten, so we can actually run it in the browser, so that might be a useful thing to use next time. Anyway, that's something for the future. It's going to be a lazy, relaxed stream today, so let's get some chat going. I'm going to be drinking some tea. And we'll play some of the games. Right, okay, let's just start. Pretty sure watchers should get priority. I've actually, yes, I think I downloaded everybody that's in the chat now that has submitted, I think I've actually picked already. Right. So, in no particular order, and I'm not going to go through all of the details, or else we'll be streaming all day. So I'm just going to pick some and see how we play them. So, Hex Are Gone. Let's have a look at this. Play game. Run game. That's good, it's got desktop audio, so I'll just make sure that the audio levels are not too loud. I'll just turn that down at my end so we're not getting loads of feedback. Do you know what, I might need to put my headphones on for some of these. We'll see. Use arrow keys and space. How to play. A two-player game, well I'm only one player, to trap your opponent by removing tiles to the board, to destroy their chances of winning. Move your piece to an adjacent tile, remove any tile from the board. Players take it in turns to use the mouse. Okay. Play game. Okay, so now it's mouse driven. Move piece. So what do I do? Okay. Is there some... Ah, so wherever my thing has been, I think, does that erase the tile? Or do I get to choose? Oh, I can remove any tile. Okay, move piece. And I can choose to remove a tile. So if I remove that tile there, move piece. Nope, moving this piece. It's a bit difficult playing a two-player game as a single player. However, it's responsive, there's sound, there's instructions. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing. It says, move your piece to any adjacent tile, remove any tile from the board. Players take it in turns to use their mouse. So I'm going to try and entrap one of this player and just see what happens. So, move piece. Let's just keep you there. And remove a tile. You know what, you're going to remove one of your own tiles to speed this up a little bit. Move piece. Okay, and remove a tile. Okay, move piece. Ah, it's got to be an adjacent tile. I thought that would have been an adjacent tile. Interesting. And remove the tile. Well, we're going to trap you in there. So technically, I guess now the other player has won. But let's keep going. So that's moved to there and remove a tile there. Now it says move piece, so we can move you there, and we'll remove that tile. Move piece. Now how? So it doesn't let me there. So the adjacency checking is working. And I can move diagonally, that's good. Remove a tile. Move piece. And finally, remove a tile. There we go. So it is possible. Okay, the checking does work. I think you definitely need 2 players for that one. Okay, so there we go. Number 1. Well, I'm not going to number them because they're going to be in random order. The itch website is terrible for doing this. We may end up playing the same thing twice. But what I like about that is, even though it's a 2-player game, it wasn't exactly a competitive match for me. It was a complete experience. You know, the whole thing is there. So, good stuff. Let's try the next one then. So, Open Office Space Invaders. Let's have a look here. I'll be rating these off screen later to stop, well, to sort of maintain the privacy of the whole rating. Kill the aliens and protect the workers. Everything can be destroyed. Fruit is healthy. Oh, that's a good point, actually. The theme was destruction. I guess we were destroying the hexagonal grids. A bit of a stretch, but... control the spaceship with the arrow buttons. The cannon is operated with the space key. Press R to restart a game. Fruit is healthy. Reach a score of 30. Oh. Okay, there we go. Right. Fruit is healthy. Computers need to be destroyed. I guess that's some sort of server system. It's a bit irritating that the using the arrow keys to control it is also moving my browser up and down. That's a challenging dynamic. So I can't ever go down. See? I'd recommend using W, A, and S and D keys for exactly this reason for browser-based games. Oh, so there is collision detection. I think you have to clock the window. I don't even know what that means. Oh, my score is minus 19. That's not good. So why is my score minus 19? Ah, because I want to kill the invaders, not necessarily the office equipment. Maybe? No? Score minus 30. If I kill people, that was a minus 10. Killed a computer, didn't get anything. Plants didn't get anything. Oh, I just, did that affect my health? Where is my health? Oh, the health is the green bar at the top of the screen. Okay. Right, so if I go over this banana, yeah, that repaired my health. So I've got to get a score of 30, presumably by wrapping it round through the entire infinite number space of an integer. I'm thinking, oh no, it's going up now. That's good. So it is possible then. Oh, this is annoying. Right. Okay, nice little entry there. So we do actually have some explosions at least, so there is some destruction. I quite like the graphics of the enemies, although it is a bit annoying the screen scrolling all over the place as I'm trying to play. What happens if I... Oh, see, you don't... they've got different behaviour patterns as well. Now that's a nice little subtle detail. Many people will just use different sprites and... Oh, office is destroyed for some reason. Okay. So there we go. Open Office Space Invaders. Exactly, the scrolling is part of the challenge, I agree. Okay, let's move on. Because there's a lot to get through, so I'm not going to be spending too much time on each one. Arkanoid JS. Well, I'm going to have a guess what this one is. Run Arkanoid. Loading. Oh, it's mouse-driven. That's good. Now, the thing with Arkanoid games is you need some way for the ball to change its velocity. Too many people have it bounce around very simply. It's a nice little game, and there's lots of interesting programming styles to try and do these types of games in. But if the ball moves too slowly, there isn't a great deal of challenge. Does it conform to the theme of destruction? Well, I guess it does. We're destroying the blocks at the top of the screen. So this should make my paddle bigger, I guess. Yes, there we go. So a nice little solid, robust Arkanoid entry there. Not entirely original, but I don't think that's necessarily the point. No, it doesn't have to be original for this jam. No one's going to make it smaller again. But because everything happens so slowly, you know, I can avoid the things I don't want to pick up, and I can easily get the things I do want to pick up. Ooh, what's going on there? Interesting. So, some little collision detection glitch on the edge of the bat. I was wondering if the bat would sort of send it off at a strange angle. I know them as Breakout too, but Arkanoid is sort of the famous name for it. OLC Moonquake. Now, I recognise the name for Moonquake, and I think I played this one earlier on during the jam because I recognised the name. Now, some of you won't recognise the name. But it's based on a really old game. Yes, game based on Acorn Archimedes, which is what we used to have in school. It's basically a little bit like Bomberman. But much slower. So those of you that thought Bomberman used to be an original IP, it wasn't. But as you can see, it's quite a slow game to play. And there's no sound either, but that's okay. I think sound is one of those things you always leave till last on a jam entry. So I've just picked something up there. Let's see what I've just picked up. Not entirely sure what it was. I think that's extended the range of the blast. But as you can see, the blast only affects sort of the immediate cells if there's a blockage. That's why it can take quite a bit of time. But you had to take time with games back then because there wasn't a great deal of depth to them. DX Ball. Wow, yes, I remember DX Ball. That was on. It was a DOS game, and it was full of flair. There was all sorts of fancy graphical effects at the time. Okay, so my intention today isn't to try and complete a level on every single one of these things, or else we would be here all day. So I'm going to move on. So that's OLC Moonquake. I don't think it's entirely faithful to the original, because the original wouldn't have had a resolution this high. But nonetheless, there is certainly AI doing things. I wonder if there must be a way to sort of speed things up a little bit. A little bit slow. Okay, moving on. Swarm Rockets by Heath Manning. Run the game. Okay, that's not a play button, that is... I need to work out what the buttons are. Well, it's very pretty so far, even though I'm just repeatedly being destroyed. How do I actually thrust? Ah, there we go. Oh, so no, that's confusing. So I thought that the triangle wasn't moving, sorry, the spaceship wasn't moving in the center of the screen. It's actually rotating the world around the... now that's an interesting game design. I mean, it looks very pretty, but I'm completely disoriented. I like the fact that the enemy ships are, you know, they're taking an attack pattern. Ah, now is this dot some sort of localizer? Is that where the center of gravity for things happens to be? Lots of explosions. I like the aesthetic. I like the aesthetic a lot, actually. I think I might steal that. But the ship also has angular momentum, which is making it quite difficult to control, because once I start spinning, I can't get out of the spin to shoot in the direction that I want. Quite challenging. So I would recommend for this some more features in the background, because I can't really tell. I think there are features. See, there's occasionally stars and things, but it just needs to be a lot more of those so I know which direction I'm moving in. However, you know, graphically, very, very pretty indeed. There's a lot going on. I'm presuming there's some interesting twist to what the physics are. There seems to be like a very deeply shaded sphere in the background occasionally. And I wonder if that represents a planet and we're actually going around the surface of the planet. Also, I've been shot a lot and I don't think I actually took any damage. Nonetheless, very nice. See here, there's some features coming up here. Are these like gravity wells or something? I'm just going to let it play out and see. So that one's disappearing. So that one's completely disappeared. Is the objective to try and collect these? No, can't interact with them. Unsure. I would certainly recommend a little bit more contrast between the stuff in the background, because with my window open I can barely see what's going on in the background. However, I like the movement of the ships, I like the particle effects, and I guess that's really what this was an experiment about for the developer. So we'll have lots of fireworks going on. Certainly destructive, if nothing else, to my eyesight, as well as the enemy ships. Right, moving on. Next row down. Attack of the Destructoids. Nilken. Play it. Destroy the Destructoids or be destroyed. Are you brave enough to press run game? Well, I hope so. Please leave a comment after play. Okay, let's see what the instructions are. Right, okay, level 1, 5 bombs incoming. High score. What are we doing? Z to rotate turret left, X to rotate turret right. Oh no, X to fire, C to rotate turret, left arrow move left, move right. Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, so. I've not played a game like this before, I don't think. Where I'm a bouncing gun. Oh, congratulations, you survived level 1. That was good. 5 bombs incoming. So the idea is just to survive a particular wave. Right, okay. I really find it quite confusing to use Z and C to rotate my cannon, and the arrow keys to move the thing. I'll take some getting used to. A little bit of practice, I think, required for that. I like the bomb sprite. I don't think I've got a full wave yet. Oh, I can destroy my own land. Accuracy 9%. Ugh. There's like a very laggy inertia to it all. I guess that was a way to give you the impression of the bouncing physics, sort of in an easy hack way. The bomb doesn't seem to bounce off the curvature of the terrain, so it should stay fairly linear depending on the angle. Yeah, it does. And I'm just going to see if I can destroy my own terrain. I can very slightly. Right, let's see what happens if I actually get hit by a bomb. That kind of pushed me about. I survived. Getting hit by a bomb is actually more challenging than shooting the bombs in the first place. Oh, hang on. So the bombs penetrated their way through the layers at the bottom to the obviously nuclear waste or nuclear bombs at the bottom of the screen. I can block them and gain points. Use your bomb-resistant terror defense to either block them. Right. I find that quite challenging. So smashing into them is tricky because it doesn't quite move fast enough. Oh, you get more points for blocking as well. Should really read the instructions. I like the fact that games provide instructions. I wonder how he's calculating territorial damage. Okay, yeah, well, there's certainly destruction going on here. That's okay. I like that one. Tetra Wall. A mix of Tetris, Arkanoid, and tower defense. This is going to be complicated, isn't it? Let's have a look. Tetra Wall is a combination of Tetris and Arkanoid with a little bit of tower defense. This game was done in a week for OLC CODEJAM. Mouse only, good. Left click, place the wall. Right click, rotate the wall. Let's have a look. I'll just have a quick catch up with the chat whilst I have a mouthful of tea. Yeah, there's quite a few in browser games this time. It makes sense in a way to do a jam like that because it makes them immediately accessible, so you are going to win ratings. I mentioned at the start of this stream that because we can actually run Pixel Game Engine in the browser, we will maybe encourage that in a future jam. Tetra Wall. Prevent the obstruction of the atom. Click to start. I like the graphics aesthetic. Okay, so I'm placing Tetris stuff. So... okay, so I need to build. Okay. Oh. Oof, just missed my atom. This is bad. There we go. Oh, I like the... oh, this is really nice, actually. Is this an original concept? If this is an original concept, this is exceptionally good. This is the kind of thing you'd end up just playing for hours. I'd like to be able to see what the next piece is going to be. Ultimately, I guess it needs a bit of balancing, or else you're always going to lose. I don't know if I can actually destroy the balls. Oh. Nice. I like that. That's very good. Interesting. It's old school scoring. You always lose. Yeah. 240, the second time playing it. So I guess you need to start thinking about what's the... oh, this is not a good start. You need to think about the strategy for playing this. Yeah, knowing what piece is coming next would be a really helpful addition. And I would find... perhaps a local trajectory of where the balls are going to be quite useful as well, just to give you that chance. Because once there was like 5 or 6 balls on the screen, it became you're just trying to maintain this building rather than actually trying to employ a strategy. Yeah, if there was a way I could destroy the balls, that would be quite useful. You know, maybe if there was a special piece you could place that if a ball hit it, it took it off the map, or else... Also, yes, once you've got it, from a gameplay point of view, once the ball is trapped within the structure you've created, you're finished. You know, if the balls could only do, say, 3 damage, they could erase 3 blocks before they disappear. That would at least give you a fighting chance. nice. I mean, this one captures a lot of one lone coder tropes, doesn't it? We've got Tetris, we've got explosions, we've got pixels, we've got balls bouncing around. Yeah, okay. Very good. Hey, there's absolutely no criticism, really. I mean, anybody producing anything in the time period is good. Right, safe room. There's far too much mayhem in this jam. Why don't you come in to play... Why don't you come into this small confined room and play with explosives? Okay. Run game. My project is an interactive scene with stick figures, explosives, and controls to build the stage as the user wants. It fits the theme of destruction by not only allowing the user to demolish sticks, but also in its weird glitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to access different items. Okay. Oh. 3, an explosive. Go bonkers. Okay, let's add some. Are these blocks? Are they tiles? I'm guessing this is a cat rather than a dog. Okay, that's some bombs. I like the fact that the heads and limbs blow off. Ah, okay, so you can actually sort of change the scenery around a little bit. Okay. In this mode, I can also manually pick up and swing around sticks. It says. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, I have to right-click though, which causes my browser to pop up a menu. I like this, the silliness of this. Oh, yeah, this is definitely another idea I think I'm going to steal in the future. I have to have limbs blowing off things. Okay. Let me close that one down. A mouthful of tea. Yeah, good implementation of physics. Right, Destruct Tetris. Now, I believe there's somebody in the chat here. Have a look. Okay, for downloads executable, no, I'm not going to download it if I don't need to. The main idea was to avoid the falling tetrominos that were controlled by the PC, but that got boring really quickly. I decided to add some shooting with power-ups. There is no goal. Just avoid falling pieces. Let's get stuck in. Okay, move, arrows, shoot, Z, jump, X. Press enter to play. Okay, so you're shooting sideways. What am I shooting at? There's like spikes on the bottom of the tetrometer. The jump doesn't always work. Oh, you can. There we go. So you've actually just got to put a bit more effort into shooting things. Now, see, why have I got stuck? There we go. Once they're cemented in, I guess they can't be destroyed. I would have it automatically shoot at the falling tetromino. If that's the only thing as a power-up. Let's get that. Temporary aim. I think that power-up was stolen from Contra by the looks of it. Aim has expired. Rapid fire. It was pretty rapid to begin with. Now you see, when I'm on a corner you can't shoot, so you've got to jump and shoot. Shooting speed has expired. Oh, now this is going to be problematic. Because I don't think I can position myself. Oh, go, 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 go. Look at that, the skills. Right. Why is the gravity changes? I think it's because I'm contacting things at the side, and that's coming into the collision detection. It's a bit snappy. So I can only blow them up whilst they've got the, well, I'm going to call it a beard, because it doesn't quite look like sprites. So whilst these Tetrominos have a beard, I can destroy them. I like that. That's how a game should end. You aim with the arrows. Aim up diagonally with arrows. Press up. How do I restart? You didn't implement a restart. Whoa. Right, let's try that again. So, oh, hang on. Ah, so shooting up, that actually makes life a lot easier. There we go, playing it properly now. Rapid fire. Oh, stuck. Stuck, there we go. Power-ups picked. I'm guessing there's a lot more power-ups. Let's have a look. Strategy. Maximize your efficiency with diagonal shooting. I should have read the instructions, shouldn't I, before just jumping in. Lowers the difficulty. Decrease the current difficulty by 1. Destruction. Finds a random locked Tetromino and destroys it. Bullet damage. Movement speed. Oh, so it's quite a lot of depth to it then. Have one last go. Right, escape to restart. Enter to play. Really not used to the shoot button being Z in this instance. There we go. Ah, so now we've got screen shake on all of the explosions. I don't think there was before. So the combo is how many you can shoot and destroy. Slightly off the screen. Aha! I like the sound effects. Sufficiently retro. I recognise the jump sound from somewhere. It's a power up that lowers difficulty. Ah! Got the BS power up. BD power up. Well, there we go. Max combo 26. Very good, Darkstorm. Just a second. I'm just catching up with the some of the chats. Obviously, whilst my attention is playing the games, I can't look at the Twitch chats too much. Right, let's carry on. What's next? Garbage Boy. So it's definitely got a Game Boy aesthetic straight away. 13 minutes 8 seconds before the deadline. Avoid the destruction of planet Earth by recycling. Collect the garbage in the correct trash cans and dump the trash cans when they are full. Each picked up item. Right, so controls. Q, left, right, A and D and space. Alright, so Q is just a palette. Okay, so really all I'm interested in is left and right, space, A and D. Okay, right. Wish me luck. Press enter to start with the cursor. So that's collecting the thing. Okay. Change the palettes to... Oh, we'll stick with that one. So that's... Oh no, that hurt me. Oh, paper, metal. So that's metal. So I need to choose which one it is. Metal, good. Plastic, I guess. Yep, and glass. And plastic again. And then I had to press something to empty the garbage can, but I can't remember what it was. Now, is that's going to be glass? Plastic. Right, what's that? That's an old telly. So it's a box. No, it's just a box. It's not an old telly. It's a box. Paper. Plastic. So we're going to fill up on plastic. So then I had to press something. Was it space? I don't know. No. Oh, it's all going wrong because I can't remember the controls. Plastic. Garbage can is full. Okay, what did I need to do to actually empty the garbage can? Space. Dump the trash can. I'm sure I pressed space. Right, let's see what happens again. Pick up another 5 bits of rubbish. Glass. Metal. Glass again. I'd like them to fall just a little bit quicker. Maybe it speeds up as the game progresses. Glass. Glass. Oh, good. So we're going to get to the point where we can try what happens when I need to dump the trash can. Okay, so that's full. Ah, we've got to go over to the thing. Okay, so we did that. So glass. Plastic. Ah, it's heating up a little bit now. We're getting a few more items coming down. Good. Paper. Metal. Organic. Human waste. So I guess yes, avoiding the destruction of planet Earth is the relationship to the theme. Another glass bottle. Another box, paper. Glass. Right, so that needs to be dumped easily enough. Glass. Glass, organic. Glass. There's a lot of glass. Metal. Oh, got to dump that. There we go. Metal. Yeah, it's not a bad concept for a game. Obviously, if the recycling message is up to you whether you like that or not. But what I would suggest is it is a complete, fully finished thing, which is a nice rarity, certainly in the jam scene. I would suggest just speeding it up just a little bit. But other than that, not bad at all. Everill's soft. River Rend. Oh yes, I remember playing this. I quite liked this one. I'm going to have a look at how people are making these games in the browser. I guess they're all Unity based, are they? So it's just oh dear me, it's a top-down shooter. Press any key to start. Looks very pretty. Demolish 25 bridges. You've got to collect fuel as well. can also shoot the fuel. Don't want to shoot it all because I'm going to need some. There we go. Approaching bridge. I like the aesthetic of this game. Sort of like Gurard shaded sprites. It's a weird combination, but it works. Very sort of modern mobile game development style. Maybe dare go a little bit faster. Where? Oh, there it is. Oh. I like the ripple effect on the water when you blow something up. I need to think about, from a plot perspective, why my aircraft has to fly within the boundaries of the river. But it would make more sense perhaps if you were a speedboat or something. A nice, all-round, well-finished game, this one, actually. Goal is to shoot 25 bridges. We're talking sort of Ikari warrior lengths of level here, aren't we? I wonder if it's procedurally generated, the level layout. Being able to fire just one more bullet would be useful. That way you can get yourself out of a sticky situation then. See, like there, for example. There's a bit of a delay between firing the bullets, so because I shot that one boat, I couldn't do anything about the one behind it. A little bit of gameplay balancing required. Yeah, I did mention the dynamic water ripples. I think it was a really nice effect. Yeah, I think you're right, Fish. I think this is a, you know, it's a really nice, polished thing. So good on them. I mean, it looks in the screenshots that there's more to come. We've got tanks and actual bridges. It's a shame. I would recommend giving that one a play. And so we can see Darkstone was actually asked. Yes, it is fully procedural. There we go. That was the question I was wanting to know. Very nice. Very nice. Good one. Right, what's next? Oh, now, I have played this one, and I know TW is in the chat. Oh, we don't want to miss one. Oh, we'll come back to TWs in a minute. Just a simple bad physics engine. These are the kind of ones I like. Let's have a look. W to jump, A and D to move left and right, mouse click to make an explosion. I am failing to make an explosion. Although the physics are quite nice. Can I actually... Yes, oh, look at that. I can stack the blocks. That's quite an interesting thing. We've not done a video about that on the channel. I might steal this idea. I can't cause an explosion, though. Mouse click to cause an explosion. And now when I'm jumping sideways rather than up. Of course, Fish! there's something strange going on. But as they said, it's a really bad physics engine. But it's not a really bad physics engine. It's not an easy thing to do, to have stackable cubes like this without starting to go down some fairly interesting route. It looks like there's a maximum distance the cubes can be stacked, which tells you something about how perhaps the algorithm is implemented. Oh. And it's finally given up. There we go. So yes, a simple bad physics engine. It is what it says on the tin. Right, now, this is potentially the hardest game I've ever played. I was no good at this. I actually had a good go at trying to be good at this, and I just couldn't do it. Mr. Bolson was a man with great power and influence. This is the only downside to these web-based ones. Press space to proceed. His only passion in life was tea, but alas, these evil nations decided to rebel against him. Now, in order to preserve the glory of tea, Mr. Bolson has to destroy these imbeciles immediately. The text gets smaller and smaller. Use W, A, S, and D to move. Thank you, FluxGB. There is actually music playing in the background, I think. I might just turn it up just a little bit so I can hear it. There we go. And I believe if you click, you eject a thing. Now, you might initially think that this thing, you see, this station has some defenses. Use your bombs to gain an escape. To gain speed and escape. Right, but the... Dead. Right, so we start again. Because once you fall off the path, you have no way of getting back onto it. One of the things I found tricky is that you eject the bombs relative to the radius drawn between the ball and your cursor. And the ball doesn't stay in the centre of the screen. So as you eject, you then need to adapt where your mouse is shooting to in order to proceed. Very, very tricky dynamic, I found anyway. But you see, once you've fallen off the map, not a great deal I can do about it, so let's just blast our way through. See, yeah. There we go. Completely unacceptable. Blow them up. It looks like I just have no idea what I'm doing, but because the relationship of where the ball shoots changes depending on how you previously shot, there's all sorts of feedback loops going on with my brain and the game which I just can't keep up with. I think I almost got to the end of something. Did I win? I was just trying to play it easy and slow. I was just trying to roll through. I want to stop on that smoke. The rebels are known for their switches and mechanisms. Oh, thank you, Irfan. Maybe blowing up this yellow thingy will do something. Yes, but it'll also blow me off the map. Thank you, Gareth. Seems like you can walk on this bridge now. The yellow thing seems very well guarded. You'll have to blow the turrets up before they blow you up. Oh, bridge wasn't there. Easier said than done. See, I'd like it just if you blew up near you, that the ball goes upwards. It never moves up. So as soon as you just end up off the edge of the level, you're finished. There's nothing you can do about it. Stay. Can't hit that one, too far away. So that's put this bridge back into play, but I can't go anywhere now. So there we go. The fury of Mr. Bolson. Probably a lot more addictive than I'm giving it credit for. By Trolled Woods. Yeah, it is probably the world's hardest game. It's okay if you didn't participate. It wasn't compulsory. I'm just gonna have a mouthful of tea whilst I take a minute. And it's good to see Gareth in the chat. We've actually got Gareth's game, which we'll be playing a little bit later. So right now I'm just going through the ones that I can play in the browser, because these are easy wins for streaming material, aren't they? Shouldn't say stuff like that. JS Destruction. Let's see what this one's about. Oh, we've still got the Trolled Woods music playing in the background. Right, where are we up to? So, JS Destructions. This is a fun yet destructive game designed to show the pros and cons of certain Boolean logic used by developers. You will feel destroyed at times. Okay, destroy each expression by evaluating them as true or false. Oh dear, this is going to be embarrassing, isn't it? So how do I select one or the other? Actually, I have to type it in. True is equal to true. Oh, is it some sort of timer going across the screen? It was. Okay, right. Understand the rules. So, true. True. Now, I don't know JavaScript, so I have no idea what some of these are going to be. So, if anybody wants to shout out, let's see what the latency is like. If we could do this in Twitch chat. Okay, so as soon as I do this first one, this is going to be true. So, if you can see them, hopefully you can see them on the resolution. Somebody shout out what they should be. So we're looking at not quotations. I have no idea. So I'm going to say true. Oh, well, there we go. And they're randomly generated each time, right? True. Not x dot starts with y equals true. Well, that's false equals true, so it's not of that, which should be true again, right? Not 0 equals false. The timer aspect's to sort of put you under pressure, I think. As if doing this live in front of a programming audience that are watching you because you're supposed to be good at programming. Right. Wasn't enough. So x starts with y equals true. So that's false equals true. So that should be false for the next one. Yes, false. Not 1.23. No, I'm going to assume index of 5 is greater than 0. True. Not true. I don't know what not means. False. No, oh, so it's not, just generally not. That's probably going to be a lot of fun on the Discord server. I can imagine people grabbing that and running with it and seeing who can get the furthest with it. So, there we go. JavaScript Destruction by Docisod. Don't know. But yes, that's going to be infuriating, and that one's probably never going to go away. That one's going to haunt me for the next 12 months as people remember, oh, do you remember when you couldn't get the right logic equations on that JavaScript game? So I'll have to put up with that, so thank you very much. Space Rocks, Maduk, Asteroids, WASD to move ship, mouse to click and shoot. Let's have a look. Oh, right, okay. Click and shoot, correct. The asteroids are an interesting render of an asteroid. Game over. That was quick. Right, let's try again. Reset. Nope, you get that one go. That's it. That's it. That's your chance. That is it. You get to play the game once and then it destroys your browser. Let's try again. Space Rocks. Now, it should be a little easier than normal because the ship doesn't have momentum, but the rocks move very, very quickly. Oh, well. Fire, fire, fire. And as they get smaller, they seem to be increasing in speed. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So not moving was the strategy there. 28. Oh. I like just using a random assortment of polygons to represent the rock. I guess that makes them all a bit different each time. Okay, so I've mastered the strategy here, and that is just don't move. And be really quick firing the mouse. It's asteroids. It's destructive. Let's move on. Okay, so this looks like we're getting up to the last of the play in the browser ones. So this is another one by Sonimax. I think we played another one before. The Arkanoid one. So this is a run Invaders. Loading. It's Space Invaders. I am limited to 2 bullets. The invaders are moving very, very quickly. Oh. Try again. Did I actually get shot then? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Firing 2 bullets is infuriating. Oh, and it resets. Why is it so small? Why can't they be a little bit bigger on the screen? Okay, it's Space Invaders. With some slightly dodgy collision, I think. Let's just see what happens. So they've stopped firing now. Oh, there we go. Also, the red bullets are, to my eyes, not very distinguishable from the background, so I'll just change the colours up a little bit. But nonetheless, a working Space Invaders game. Very nice. Right, so I think that's the end of the browser-based games. So I've pre-downloaded a bunch of games here. I've not installed them or run them yet, but since I know that he's in the chat, we will look at The Last Invader. Right, so I'll just extract that. Yes. Extract. The Last Invader. Okay, press Q to speed up. So this is by Gareth Hubble, who was in the chat. Maybe he's not anymore, but he did do some live streaming of creating this. Q to speed up, A to slow down, space to start the game. Right, so the idea, I'm getting up to speed now, so the idea is I control the invader at the top, and I've got to avoid the player who's fighting back. It's really difficult. I like the little streamers on the bullets. That's very useful. If the bullets were just a single pixel. Right, if anybody has got to the second row of this game, I'll be very surprised. So it's sort of Space Invaders, but backwards. At least it doesn't take forever to get restarted again. Did you seed your random number generator, Gareth? Or is it always the same pattern? Oh. And we're going back. I like the music too. Three is your record. The Dark Souls of Space Invaders. That's absolutely right. Oh. Hey, we've changed pitch. There's nothing I could do about that one. Fast or slow. One row. Slow down, slow. Ah. Damn it. Well, I'll tell you something. It does make you want to keep going. There's so much information for my brain to take in. I don't know why the pitch of the beats has changed. If that's using, probably it's using PegX sound, I wouldn't blame it. Go. No. Oh. You can slow down. Go. I'm actually holding my breath. Go. Oh, so close. Right. Third row down. Okay. Oh! No. I will point out whilst I'm playing this, there are no additional points just because it's done in the Pixel game engine. It's much appreciated that it's done in the Pixel game engine, but you don't win additional points. However, I really recommend having a go at this. I think this one could be another Discord classic where we all compete for the same low scores. Well done, Gareth. I like that one. I don't think I've played a computer game that's made me hold my breath for quite some time. Nice one. As all the things like with Gareth, if you don't know who Gareth Hubble is, he's another Twitch streamer and does lots of interesting programs. Really worth checking out his channel and following his activities. He's very much an advocate of open programming and the community taking part, as am I. So it's always good to see other people sort of carrying on with this philosophy that it's good to help each other learn how to program. So go check and follow Gareth's stuff. Right, let's have a look at what we've got next. Now, I don't know all the names for these. I should have saved some of these with the names. So what have we got here? 2D house exploding.exe. I have to run all of these things. So you're a bomb that explodes every few seconds and destroys its surroundings. Your goal is to get the super bomb and explode as much as you can. If you go out of bounds, you die. Controls. Move with the arrow keys. Z toggles zoom. 1 and 2 switches between bombs. Space explodes the super bomb. Oh dear. Well, probably take a few attempts. Let's have a go. Move with arrow keys. Zoom. Let's zoom in. Oh! Wow, it's really loud. Right. I'm certainly a bomb. What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, I've got to get up. Right. I like the aesthetic. It's a very pretty looking game. I'm guessing... Oh, no, we're back to the start. Right. So, we're going to get to the top. Hey, right, I've got the super bomb. What do I do with the super bomb? 2. Where do I detonate it? No. Oh, there we go. Was that good? Did I win? Hey, Codebase Alpha. If somebody could throw a couple of links to Gareth and Codebase Alpha's Twitch channels in the chat, that would be appreciated. If any have got any of the mods there. Right, let's do we do that again? House exploding. Let's just try that again. Your goal is to get to the super bomb and blow up as much as you can. Okay, right. Zoom in. Stop blowing things up. Right. Well, it's certainly hit. Oh, there we go. Oh no, I blew the super bomb up. That's bad. I love the sort of almost less than 16-bit dithering going on in the background. I think the aesthetic is nice. Well, it's certainly destructive, and it's destructive to my speakers too, so I'm going to stop playing that. Very, very loud. I'll be putting up my ratings for these off stream, so it's not, it's not public. 45 seconds until destruction. Now, I don't think I've got a means of playing this. Oh no, I have. There we go. What colour is not in the rainbow? Grey. What colour is not in the rainbow? What can I press? Well, at the moment I've got a flash game where I can move a cursor around. Thanks, fish. Oh, hang on, something happened. I have no idea what's going on. Can I, how do I reset Flash Player? File, view, open, play, rewind, F5. No. Close. Let's try again. Or did we miss something about this? What colour is not in the rainbow? I'm just trying to think of the song in my head. Red and yellow and pink and... I can never remember what the colours are. Grey is not in the rainbow. We need some instructions. So let's go and find this one. 45 seconds to destruction. Try and find it now. $45. There we go. So what's this? Angelic Angel. No instructions. Well, thank you for the follow. Oh well, not quite sure. I guess something happened after 45 seconds, which is when my character exploded into something else. I happen to know Angelic Angel is on the Discord server, so I will pursue what the rules are of that game later. Right, what are we up to now? Ball Buster, Zanny. Let's have a look. 7-zip. Extract to here, yes. Made with Unity. Okay, welcome to Ball Buster. The point of the game is to get this ball into that basket. You don't control the ball, you control a cannon, which can break down the walls to create a path for the ball you roll down. Okay. Space to retry. You can modify and make your own levels. Okay, but let's just see what happens. Oh, there's stuff moving around in the background. So let's. You can show or hide these instructions with F1. Okay, and play. Oh, that's pretty neat. So I'm shooting there. I wonder if the path has actually gone behind the obstacle. Oh no, so the obstacle is valid. Ah, but now I'm stuck. Space to restart. There's some the OLC cannon. I like that. Okay, so I know it's got destructive physics and things. That's quite nice. Looks like Unity does buy you a lot in terms of getting things up and running quickly, doesn't it? So I know this time I don't want to get caught out. I think I'm going to get caught out. Can I shoot the ball? Does that... Ah, see if I could shoot the ball and give it a bit of a kick in a direction. Okay, try again. Oh, hey, you're in the chat. Excellent. That's okay, Speedy. Don't worry about it. Basically, you write down a cool idea on a piece of paper. Escape to get to the editor. Okay, so let's have a look at the editor. Starting point, fine, okay. Wall. Platform. Okay, there's a platform. Oh, 2 platforms. Hang on, before I'm... Oh dear, that's not going to be good, is it? Ah, how do I delete platforms? Escape to move. Ah, okay, right. Ah, there we go. Oh, some bricks fell off then. So I can actually... These ones I've erroneously placed here. Oh, hello. So that just selects a portion of wall. Okay, got you. So all of these, well, I shouldn't have clicked all of these now, should I? Can I delete these? Yes. There we go. Right, we'll leave all those in. They're not going to interfere. And we've got rid of a bit of wall, but getting back up this bend. Ah, so is the proper solution to actually go that way first? Let's have a go. So, yeah, we'll let the ball just roll a little bit to our advantage there, I think. Yeah. We'll blow a hole in there. We'll be sneaky. Gotta go in here. I like having my own OLC canon. Ah, now was it this one? No, it wasn't this one. That's where we've been getting stuck. Thank you for the follow, BF Gasha. Oh, we're almost there. Ta-da! Still some editing tools around it. Well, I think this one obviously wins the internet for featuring an OLC canon. And there's some numbers up here on the top screen, but I'm unsure what they represent. Certainly not minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. So there we go. That was called Ball Buster, and he's in the chat, or he is in the chat. Next one, what have we got? Breakdown Win. I should have really kept the names with these. Let me just see if this is one that we looked at. Because it was rather frustratingly, when you download them, it just downloads whatever file name you gave it. So chances are you've not actually called your game this. So I'll have a look. Keeping them anonymous maybe is not the worst thing in the world. Extract all. Extract. Breakdown. Oh dear. Right, there's a picture of me in the assets. Ah, this is Mumflers. He's done the Mac port of the Pixel game engine for those that need to use this on a Mac. I have no idea what in the world this is, but I'll give it 5 stars if you give me a sandwich. Okay, destroyed. 0 out of 2. What are we doing? So I've got a cursor. There's a fridge. Just your run-of-the-mill fridge. You're pretty thirsty. I wonder if he's supported the resizing. No, not yet. You're pretty thirsty, so you take an advertiser-friendly, unbranded, Jafid caffeinated beverage. Oh, okay. What have we got here? Just a counter with a stove on top. A counter with a microwave on top. Like a little puzzle game. So how do I use said beverage? I think I heard once that putting a joke in the freezer makes it explode. Oh, okay. Ah, so I've destroyed the freezer. So, joke is the Coke. Okay, so what have we got here? Just a stove. Let's try this one. Just a counter. Maybe I can use this to cause some more damage. It's a fork. Okay, so forks, obviously you want to put those in the microwave, don't you? I've not seen sort of a point-and-click style game before. Well, here goes nothing. Destroyed 2 out of 2. So it looks like the start of just basic, like a little puzzle game engine. I'm guessing this is just a demonstration of that engine for the Jam. But nonetheless, quite nice. I like the character animation. The bobbling about there. Interesting stuff, Mumpler. I'd like to see where that project goes. If you start filling it with assets and actually putting a little plot together, that might not be such a terrible thing. I've not done any YouTube videos on puzzle games, really. So interesting. That was awesome. It was. Is it dangerous to run all the games without a virtual machine? Yes, it is. It is dangerous. So the ones I've downloaded here are from people on the Discord server, which I'm fairly certain are going to be somewhat okay. So that was Breakdown. That was the not a Mac implementation, but I guess that can compile for Mac. Bullet Storm. What's this one? Extract all. Bullet storm. Wow, there's a lot going on here. QT. Left, right, up and down, menu navigation, space, shoot, plasma guns, X. Shoot, oh, it's got controller support. I might try that as well. X, control, space, alt. Oh, here we go. Just want to start the game. Enter your name. Overheat. You need to use the alternative weapon. Oh. I forgot what my other buttons were for guns. Wave 2. Ah, run away, run away. Oh, okay, try again. It's very swish actually. I'm quite impressed with this. It feels good to fly it, and the weapons feel like they actually have weight to it. Seems like Wave 2 is a lot harder than Wave 1. Might need some difficulty balancing. Nonetheless, though, I mean, having explosion sprites and things sequenced correctly, and everybody likes games with thousands of projectiles, don't they? It's a shame that my taskbar is covering up some of the information on the screen. So that's always something worthwhile. I think in the future I'm going to recommend that all jams are capable of running in a window. And the reason for that is it's very easy for me to actually film them if they're in a window. If they're like this, I can't really include them in videos. So I guess that's a selfish request from me. Well, I'm still playing it, so that's a good sign. Just like to know what some of the other weapons and buttons were. There was all sorts, wasn't there? Okay, let's see if we can bring up the help screen again. So dash, miniguns, X where I'm playing, space, let's confirm. Okay, so it is just those buttons. So let's stay off the miniguns for a minute. I like this one. Because these things that follow you, I can't do anything about it, so I guess it gets a bit tricky there. The next theme for the jam has already been chosen. Oh, hello. Yeah, I wouldn't use Control and Alt as weapon buttons. In terms of settings, what have we got? Volume levels, that's nice. I like games, you know, particularly jam entries where somebody has done all of this side of it too, because it's important. Patrick Wagner. We did play Garbage Boy, yes. It's alright. This stream will be up for... Oh, it'll be a video as soon as the stream is finished, and I might select parts of it to put on the YouTube channel as well. I'm going to be doing a community showcase in a couple of weeks, not a NES emulation video. So if you've got ideas and things you want to be shown on the main YouTube channel, which has a large audience now, then do get those entries to me somehow, preferably by video rather than executables. That way I can include what it is that you guys want to show. Right, yes, what's next? We're looking at the next game. So that was Bulletstorm, Debuggers 101. I've got to extract it, haven't I? It's interesting seeing all of the different libraries people use. Okay, Pabloader. These, yeah, window driven. Okay. Oh, it's Pixel Game Engine. I didn't realise it was Pixel Game Engine. Interesting. ASD. Move left, down, and right. Space is jump. Bugs, you must destroy them. Okay. Ah, so this is you. You're the blob at the bottom. Bugs catch. So the bugs are coming down to destroy your code. And this is an RTFM. Now, I missed a bug, so I'm going to deliberately let a bug... Oh dear. So it erased a line of code at the bottom. That's quite a novel idea. Did I catch that one? I caught that one. So that's sort of made the bug just sort of disappear. There's a sense of pride seeing sort of the Pixel Game Engine being used for things like this. I must confess. The physics are quite strange. Quite floaty. So I did destroy that bug. Have I got to jump to destroy them? That one got destroyed. I missed that at RTFM. Oh dear. I'm guessing what we're seeing is the actual code of the game appearing at the bottom. Ah. Could do with just a few more bugs coming down a bit more frequently, I think. Let's see if this strategy of just bouncing wildly. I like the player sprite, the fact that it does respond to direction and it seems squishy. Oh, I've got two of us. That's like a friend. And one of these guys has a goatee. So there's an AI bug killer. That's interesting. One of the things maybe I should be looking at next year is more AI stuff. Not machine learning and that sort of thing, but actually how do you do things like a second player here. We've only ever really did it in Worms. I guess this could go on for quite some time, because it's probably a 1,000 or so lines of code, this program. And what would be more interesting is, whilst you're playing it, to actually look for the bugs. Oh, there we go. Actually look for the bugs in the code. But I appreciate jams as being starting points for other projects. It's good that we're seeing a few more bugs now. I wonder, can I get more friends? Very nice. Debuggers. What's next? Demon Cathedral. Right, okay. How do I move? There we go. Right, so. Let's start that one again. Demon Cathedral. So I'm in control of this guy. There we go. And he can jump like crazy high. Whilst the cathedral is being destroyed. Ah, but as soon as he jumps off the screen, I've lost him. Although, I like the overall screen juddering effect. That's not the easiest thing in the world to do in the Pixel game engine, so that's quite clever. I didn't get very far. It could do with like a reset or... Oh, there we go. Pressing R for reset. Right, so... But yeah, as soon as you jump off the screen, I've got a feeling that this game has not had its physics tied to the frame time. So... But quite nice to see lots of blocks falling down like that. I'm wondering how that's being implemented, because... you don't indefinitely just want to store thousands and thousands of blocks and then do per frame detection between all of them. Nano Christo, thank you very much for the follow. some slightly dodgy physics going on there. I would suggest that if you're going to update that one, and you can do that after today, all of these submissions you can update to your final revisions. And if you want, you can sell them on the store. These are... It looks like it needs a little bit of a physics adjustment for that one. Right, let's see what's next. Destroyer of Worlds. Is that what we're up to? Just make sure. Yeah, Destroyer of Worlds. Final. Destroyer. Okay. This was Sedit's entry, wasn't it? I don't think he got it finished in time, so this might be all there is to it. I don't know if there's a way to change which building is being... gigantic nuclear gigantic radiation symbol in the top corner. So each time I destroy a ship, the score goes up, but I think the time ticks it down. No? Ah, whenever they land a bullet on the ground. Now, there's something a bit strange going on with the aim for the cursor there. So it's always sort of slightly shooting to the left of where my cursor is. Shoot this eyeball. not entirely sure what the UFOs are shooting at the building, but I would perhaps adjust that graphic slightly. If you catch my drift, you have to be of a certain age. However, sound effects, explosions, lots of clicking. Not bad, said it. I know Said It likes to do all of the artwork himself too, so that's pretty cool. I've got to work out how to end it. We've got some debug information coming out there. I'll close that console. There we go. So, in progress, I think is the best way to describe that one. Destruction demo. Ooh. Ah, this is Tez's entry, wasn't it? This is the engine that he's been working on. So I don't think there's actually any interactive component to it, but it can take models and destroy them. So I think this is one where we just sit back and watch. Potentially that's it. And not enough people putting exit strategies on their programs either. So we'll run that again. So that looks very nice. So I think that's just a demonstration of the capabilities of what his graphics engine is doing. Reminds me of the what was it, MDK graphics engine, where they kept everything as separate triangles, so at the end of the levels you could explode them like this. But they must have paid a hell of a performance price to actually render the levels in the first place. And there'll be a lot more data required to do that than not, unless now there's some modern shading techniques where you can probably can actually now generate the vertices required to represent all of these triangles in some other outside mesh. Right, moving on. Fracture. Oh, now this one was this is Annicators, I think. Yeah, quite a while ago, MDK now. Okay, Fracture. Let's see what this is all about. Now, chances are, if we've got going into the guys that do sort of advanced graphics, whether OBS will actually be able to pick stuff up. We'll see. Ah, that's what I was concerned about. There we go. There are certain things it's not going to be able to pick up, so we'll see. Press space or enter to start.
Okay. The year is 2049. I'm recording this message in case anyone finds it. In the future. If there still is one. I was a part of a special division. No weapons or other funny business. Just a group of people that knew what they were doing. Her job was to close the fissures, or fractures as some call them. Cracks in time. If you're hearing this message, then we may have succeeded. Or we only delayed the inevitable. large steel rod poked through my leg. And judging by the fresh paint job on the floor, today may be my lucky day. Tell my family that I love them.
Find the fractures and close them. Okay, right. Very dark. This is well going to have some jump scares in it, isn't it? Quite know how to interact with anything, but I guess we'll just walk around and see until we find a fracture. It's getting blurrier. Getting very, very dark. Who would design a space station like this? How do I interact with stuff? Oh. Oh yeah. All these graphical flair. It's atmospheric. I'll give Annie that. I like the fact that nothing's sort of at a 90-degree angle. Oh wait. Glitches. Glitches! Found a bit more of an open space, right. Find the portal and shift back to your plane. I'm never going to be able to find the portal. All you did was run along a wall. The old maze solving strategy. The lighting's very nice. There's lots of interesting shaders going on there. I would certainly perhaps include just another texture for the wall so you can actually see that you're going from one area to another. Unless that's the sort of the intention, is complete bewilderment of location. Find the portal back to your plane. Guess what the portal is going to look like? It's going to look like a fracture. Ugh. This is sort of my known reference point. Aha! There we go. Oh, very pretty. Actually, see the rest of the room. Let's have a look. Let's take a look at the how the graphics might be constructed in this situation. Lens flare, bloom. Got an overall sort of screen texture that represents the torchlight being shone. Let's go through. There we go. Right. So, I guess destruction of the soul is probably the way I would describe that one's adherence with the theme. Very good, Annie. I mean, very fair. It shows you sort of. I know that Annie happens to work in the games industry, so he has perhaps some time and utilities which are not available to all of us. But there we go. Yeah, pretty nice one, that. Let's see what's next. So after that, we've got Frogger 2019. I believe this was, if I recall, if I get the names wrong, I do apologise. Was this from Raoul? I think this was Raoul. Run anyway. The wise elder toad Ramusaurus gives you this mission. You are the chosen frog. Find the superfly and eat them. The alchemy made by Fly give you superpower. The power to save the world and humankind from destruction. As long as the word destruction is in there somewhere, I guess. Frogger, right, so it's arrow keys. Ah, splat. Okay, spacebar to reload. So there's the fly at the other end. Splat. This reminds me of a Frogger engine. Oh, that car looks familiar as well. No. Now, I will say, yeah, this is a good implementation of Frogger, but it suffers from one thing, and that is you can't see what's coming up. You can't see enough of it. Never trust a toad. Nuclear explosion right at the end. Now, to my eyes, it doesn't look like there's a pattern to what's going on with the traffic. There could well be. It could just be a very long one. So we've got 3 blue cars, then a blue car, and then a green car. Okay, so there is a pattern. So it is possible to learn what's coming up. Now, am I on the edge of the log there or not? I think I'm doomed. Let's go back. Get on, jump. Where have all the logs gone? Help! Just look at that, the skills. And there we go. Okay, a very destructive variation of the game Frogger. Right, what is next? Guitar Smash. Oh, I need to unzip it, don't I? Where does that have it? Extract all. Rogue, have I downloaded yours? I think I have. Scorched Coders. We're getting there for that one. We'll see. Right, what have we got here? Lots of instruments. Guitar smash. Okay. A is left, D is right. Left arrow and right arrow to hit with guitars. Well, the concept is original. Good old Beef Pants. I don't understand half the stuff Beef Pants posts on Discord. And now I feel a little bit closer to the inner workings of his mind. So the only thing that's not on fire is this speaker at the end. There we go. Everything's on fire. Did I win? There's R to reset. I like the graphics. I like the graphics a lot. No idea what that's all about, but nonetheless, it's a guy with a guitar being destructive. Was that done in the... What engine was that? Oh, it was done in the Pixel Game Engine too. Very nice. It's nice seeing the Pixel Game Engine done for silly stuff. That was the whole point of it. Right, what was that? It was a Guitar Smash. Now, NES Bomberman, we'll come back to that in a minute. That was Tutus's NES ROM entry, but I'll fire up the my NES emulator for that later. PGE Breakout. I'm guessing it is what it is. Oh. Ah, sorry you lost. You're not really sorry. Okay. Wow, it's really sensitive. So it is Breakout. We are destroying a wall of blocks. The ball is moving at a good pace. So you do actually have to think about what you're doing. It's very colourful. And I'm guessing it might be somebody's, well, in this case it's Saladin's, probably first go with the Pixel Game Engine, in which case not a bad effort at all. Seems robust, the ball isn't going through any of the blocks. The bounce response seems to be random. Yeah, so there we go, yeah. It's a perfect example of like a first project, and why not use a jam in order to do that? I think that's very robust. Certainly more robust than when I did Breakout in the console game engine. That was wasn't very good. Although it's got the classic Breakout problem, is I've not had to do anything for quite a bit of time now. It's sort of playing itself. And so when you're making a Breakout game, bear that in mind. Not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to get right. They have this bias that either the ball destroys all of the blocks by itself, or you end up in the situation in the end game where you just simply cannot send the ball in the direction you need it to go. And to get around that, one of the ways you allow the player to have additional control is that the angle the ball reflects off the bat at the bottom is determined by where it hits the bat. So if you hit it with the middle of the bat, the ball typically bounces directly upwards. But if you hit it with the edges of the bat, it bounces off in that particular angle. So you can imagine that the bat is not in fact actually a flat plane, but it's a semicircle. Very good, nice, robust, finished, complete, like that one. Planet Game Destruction. Okay, I know whose this is straight away. What do we need to do? So, what's fire? So we have a guy on the Discord server who's really into sort of physics and science. His name is Ericsson. I'm going to... Oh. Yes, can you tell? So these will be fairly accurately calculated physics and trajectories that are going on, but I'm unsure. Oh, I'm the little blue thing that's now going on this orbit around the planet. This at the bottom is not my ship. That's a zoomed in implementation. So what I want to do is slingshot, presumably, off the main mass in the middle whilst avoiding the moon. So the blue line is the calculated trajectory of the craft. I don't quite know what the objective of the game is. So am I going to hit this moon now? So let's see, if I crash into the planet, what happens? Yes. Okay, so let's crash into something else. Let's see if we can actually travel to the next planet. So it's probably a case of needing to slingshot. I'm assuming this nice big long white line goes somewhere, but you never know. There'll probably be other masses in this universe that you can interact with. So I've broken away from the gravitational pull of the original planet. It could also be, knowing Ericsson, that this white line is just a bug. So I've been caught in the gravity well of something. Not quite sure what the little orange indicator is telling me. Is that my sort of home locator? Yeah, this is what Eric says. He's currently building simulations of nuclear reactors, just to see. And he was challenged before the start of the jam. Could he do something physicsy based? I think I'm completely lost now. I do know, however, that this version that's gone up isn't the last version. He has actually finished this off since the jam, but you can't submit it until after this evening, when the jam is officially closed. So an interesting one, but we could probably do with some instructions, Ericsson, so shout out. And with that, we'll move on to Pong-O. This is a game of Pong with 2,900 files. (2,900) Python files. I'm guessing there's some included libs. Hopefully this is in some way compiled, else I can't run it. Okay, so what have I just downloaded here? Assets. The engine. Okay, so it's including some large C-scale engine. Okay. Data. Scripts, all sorts going on. Sound effects, textures, Pong-O. Ah, good. So it is capturing it. I'm guessing that's one player. What are the keys? That one's me. Okay, I'm the one on the right. So it's Pong with very fast, destructive stuff going on. Yes, winning. I'm on the right. Sort of extreme action Pong. Oh. How do I restore my bat? I need to collect hearts. Screen wobble is a bit, when you're sitting as close to a large screen like I am, it does make you feel a little bit nauseous. But hey, it's 3D graphics, it's done in Python by the looks of it. It's getting very, very fast. Okay. Basically, what we want is a game called Pong with guns. I don't know the relevance of the things that are being bounced around. This one's a bomb. We're not bouncing bombs around. Ow. Well, of course it blows up on me. Well, there we go. I mean, it's destructive Pong. Fair enough. 17 Studios, Nomad Game Dev. Right, back to normal. Pong, there we go. Destructive Pong, quite nicely finished. So, one of the things would be nice is for people to go and rate these if you've seen them today. Right, where are we up to now? Scorched Coded. Now, this is a jar file, so I'm going to have to... Fingers crossed that we actually get somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Right, okay, some familiar names on here. It's Rogue Shadows going. Click and drag to aim, release to fire, hold Alt to move camera. Okay, so Rogue Shadows having a go. Click and drag to aim. Oh. Whose go is it now? Oh. Everything just explodes. Explodes nicely. Let's see if we can kill Danicron. That's an important objective. So, where am I dragging? Whose go is it? Right, Rogue Shadow. There we go. Okay, click and drag to aim. Right, so without killing myself, who's next? Can't see who's next. Diego got it. So Alt seems to... I'm not quite sure how the camera is being decided. Oh, wants me to go over here. Tutus, is Tutus next? Okay, so Tutus is going to take out... I'm going to go for Nimi. There's a history there. Okay, I think we've overshot. Ben, you can go for tutors. And yourself. Right, who's next? So whoever's next, I suggest gets brought to the front. Nimmy. Blew himself up. It's Rogue again now. Right. Ah. That way to shoot. Magetsub's going to get it. And Swedish Fish. They got it. Looks like Magetsub's already dead. He's a flattened ellipse now. Solid hit. Yes. On Rogue, the creator. Tutors' go again. I like the particle effects coming out the back of the missile. They're quite nice that they fade. I've not had a go yet. Why have I not had a go? There's me. Oh, it's my go now. Right. Well, I can't take out Rogue, can I? I'll take out Annie. That should have damaged Annie. Why didn't that damage Annie? It's a Fish, you're going to take on Annie. There we go. Tutors, I think, again. So is this programmed using sort of the Java's GUI stuff, or is it actually using an engine of some description? It does bear a passing resemblance to a certain Code-It-Yourself Worms game. I don't know who's next. Whoever that guy is, got no health left. Definitely got no health left now. Rogue again. Procedural terrain generated. So there we go. That was Scorched Coders, running very well. A nice start. You should finish that one off, Rogue. Finish it off. Turn it into a full game. Right, so the one that we've not tried that I've downloaded in advance was NES Bomberman. And we'll have to have a think about how we can set this one off. So main.nes, let me have a quick look. If Tutors, I don't know if Tutors is in the chat or not, but I don't know what mapper it runs. So I'm going to run this via FCUX instead. Let me just fire that up. Got to find where I've installed it first. Games. Right, FCUX. And what do we want now? We actually want the game itself. CODEJAM 2019. NES Bomberman. Extract all. Do it there. Okay, that's fine. Binary main.nes. Right, so Tutus decided for the jam, because there was somebody was doing a NES emulator series on YouTube, that it would be cool to do something in a NES, and created from scratch. He'd never done any NES game programming before, but thought it would be fun to try in a limited period of time and see what he can get done. Now, I'll have to see what controller do I need to use for this. Let me just plug that one in. need to probably restart that now, don't I? Just restart that. File, recent. Right. Press A to play. It might not go much further than this menu screen, to be honest. But to from scratch program in assembly language for a games console from 40 years ago, I think that was very, very impressive. I don't think it does much more than this, but to just even get this far, I thought was very good indeed. And the source code is available for this too. Just to see what mapper this is actually running. Message log. So this is using MMC1. Maybe, let's just have a look. We'll see. So in that case, let me grab the path to it. Boom, boom, boom. There's Bomberman. Binary. Copy path. We'll just go to main. So this is my prototype emulator. Where am I loading the games? Can't remember. There we go. Thank you. That's very helpful. No guarantees if this is going to work, so we'll just have to see what happens. Oh, what mapper got thrown up? Do I not have MMC1? I might not, you know. I find that unusual not to have that. What type of NES cartridge was it? We'll run through a little bit of a debug and see where that's going wrong. Cartridge loading. Oh, I reckon it's probably just not finding the file for some reason. We'll see. Cartridge. Where's my main? There we go. That's just because I've got no sort of safety checking on what's actually going on here. So if I just step into there, if cart load, so the cart didn't load, so it's not finding the right path. Why is that? Let's just try it this way around. And failing this, I'll just stick the ROM directly in the executable path. It's probably something like these spaces and dashes it doesn't like. I'll copy it over. Find where that lives. E drive and code CP and what did I call my emulator? I can't remember. I didn't store it there, that's why. Okay. E drive work, code CPP, OLC VM. For many months I called it one lone coder VM, so just in case it ever appeared on screen and it never gave the game away that it was actually a NES emulation. I believe that there's just been a notification on screen. Sorry, I can't see that screen at the moment, so thank you for whatever that was. I'll have a look in a minute. I just want to make sure I've got this in the right place. So try that there. Again, it could just be that it just doesn't work and we don't have the right mapper. So I won't try too much harder at getting this to work. Right, so what am I doing now? Going to main. I've just changed that over so we're not looking for that horrible mess. We'll also just double check that we are going into this. Again, this is my prototype emulator. It could well be quite broken. File name. Just reading the header. Use that, gets the mapper ID, reads that as a 1. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. Reading the file in. Setting stuff. Seems a little healthier this time. Okay, continue. It's in debug mode, so it's going to run very slowly. Funky sound. Tell you what, let's run that in release mode. Okay, I'm resetting. Can't seem to get it to work in my emulator. That's a shame. Tutus, we'll have to talk about why that might be. Doesn't look like there's very much going on. It depends what bank, I guess, should be defaulted to MMC1. It looks like it's just not finding any program to actually execute. Oh well, never mind. Worth a try. But we saw it work in FCEUX anyway. Right, so going back to the web page. So these are all of the entries. The entries and ratings of close in a few hours actually. It's not long. Let's have a look. So we've got 6 hours 40 minutes left to go and submit some more ratings. Obviously the ones that are browser based are getting a lot more ratings than the others. So I think it's worth clicking on the submissions in need of ratings and having a look which ones are just not getting any. Fortunately, it looks like most of them have got at least 1 rating. And I've played some of them today. I've tried to focus on the ones that I know are going to be safe, which is a terrible thing to say. I'm sure most of them are safe. But just if you can run them in virtual machines, I would suggest that you do. There's been a lot of entries. It's been a fantastic jam. And we can see some of them are getting quite high. Although I think there's probably going to be a clear winner in this. I'm not going to bias it one way or the other. But I will also be issuing what is called the OLC Judges Award, which is the one I pick, to which I think is the best and most deserving. So there's 2 technical awards for this. And so with that, I think that's about, yeah, we've done 2 hours 20 minutes worth of reviews for the OLC CODEJAM. It's been a lot of fun indeed. I don't think there's anybody online right now that I can send people to. Let me have a look. There's some good devs that I'm following recently. So we'll see. Who have we got? Oh, because Ludum Dare's going on at the moment, isn't it? So everybody's going to be doing that. I would suggest, why not go to a Ludum Dare one? What are we doing? Oh, I don't know. I would rather send you to somebody in the community. But it doesn't look like anybody in our community is currently streaming anyway. So, with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.